That thing is, that's a big one. 3 brow tines on one side. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Man.
What's up, guys? Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you already watched one of my other ones and it brought you to this video. But we just beat the rain. I'm sure you can hear it hitting the windshield. But we found a buck this morning, long ways away. Was on my way home, got another call. It wasn't too far from the house, about an hour from my house. So we went out there, and the guy said it was, you know, his biggest buck ever, but he wasn't sure exactly how big it was. And let me tell you, it's not a record breaker, but it is one heck of a buck. It is our second biggest buck that we've recovered, and definitely the biggest one we found out of the last two seasons. So it was nice. It was more than nice, but the hunter told me that he jumped the buck, found the blood in the area that he was that the deer was standing in when he took off, and told me that that was all the farther that he went. When we found the buck, he came clean and said, "Oh, I'll be honest with you, I did go down the hill here to the right, cross the creek, and was walking it out looking, but he couldn't find any blood." And I mean, it's not a big deal if you're just honest with your tracker, guys. Just, it helps. You know, that makes sense because I restarted my dog, like, well, I took Dolly there first because thinking that it was going to be an easier track, and she went down that way, which ended up being the correct path, but there was no blood. But she kept kind of running all over the place because the hunter had walked down there and I didn't know any better. If people had told me, then I could have worked through that, knowing that he had walked down there, and I could have restarted her some more, worked her around some more. Plus the hunter and his buddy they were also walking 2 separate ways, so I pulled them back. I talked to the hunters. I'm like, "Hey guys, at this point, like, I'm going this way, you're going this way, and you're going that way, so we're making this one track into 3 more tracks. So possibly there could be possibly 4 tracks right now that all smell like the same deer." So I told them, like, I'm just gonna, you know, they were anxious because it was such a big deer, and we weren't finding blood, even though we were 50 yards from where he had his last blood. I was like, I'll just go put her back. I'll go get my older dog. So we got Timber out there, and Timber kind of went the same way at first, and I was like, no. Then went a couple other directions, and I restarted him 2 or 3 times, and then finally he seemed to pick up on it good. We crossed the creek where we did where he did the first time, but I didn't follow him too far because I was unsure. So we went out, and then he took a slightly different path this time, and we were about almost 100 yards, if not farther, from his last blood. And I was like, man, I don't know. Timber seems to be working this like very well. Like, he seems to be on the deer, but I had expected to find a couple of drops, you know, because it sounded liver shot, and he had just jumped a deer. I'm like, you know, he had jumped a deer earlier, this morning. So I expected it to jiggle some stuff loose and leave a couple of drops, you know. So I was like, maybe it just wasn't liver shot than I thought it was, you know. Maybe it's not a viable hit. And sure enough, like, I took 2 more steps and I found a drop, and looked out ahead of me and I found like 2 more drops. I'm like, okay, cool. So I stopped for a minute and let the hunter and his buddy catch up, and then it was another 50 to 75 yards. We found the deer. But I looked at my tracker app, and I'll pull the picture up. But a total walking around with Timber, excluding Dolly, I forgot to put my tracker on when I had Dolly out there, but total walking distance with Timber on that track was 1.2 miles. So that's just how much a little bit of grid searching can throw you off. So just keep that in mind next time you're unsure about your shot, or you know it was a bad shot and you decide you want to go out there and risk pushing that deer. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy watching the dog work and finding this big buck with us. Thank you. All right, we're restarting this track with timber. I felt like Dolly was doing okay, but the hunters kind of separated and they started looking for blood, and I had to come back and be like, guys, you're leaving 2 more scent trails now. So I was like, I'll just go get the more experienced dog. They're kind of, you know, just real anxious and stuff because it was a really big buck. So come on, track. Hey, search. Yeah, I'll let you know if we find anything. Come on. Search. Talk about this one right here. Next one over. Right in here somewhere.
Blood is on this right there, see it?
Okay. Yeah, there's some on the leaf. this a little deeper. Finally, we restarted. I don't know how many freaking times. Went about 150 yards at least past where he jumped that deer at. I just found our first spot of blood about 150 yards later. So we're finally out of the grid search area and everything like that. Oh, there's a couple more spots. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark this. I haven't seen nothing until right now. There's three pretty big drops right here. Yeah. I was gonna say, he definitely seemed to be working a lot more. Okay. There's a drop right here, and then there's two more like right here. You can keep following, just like I said, say 30, 40 yards behind. There's a drop. Pretty good spot. Okay, well, he quit bleeding for almost 200 yards. Now he's starting to drip a good bit here. Hey, there's something laying up here for you. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. 2 brow tines and a split in the back. Wow. Wow. Good boy, Timber. Good boy. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. That thing is, that's a big one. 3 brow tines on one side. Congrats. Thank you. Good man. Pull him off quick. Pretty stiff? Yeah, it's good. He probably just bumped it and then he just ran till he fell over. Yeah.
That thing died. Hit high in my up, I think. This is the angle we're standing on shot, okay?
Yep.
I should have aimed what? That's pretty decent now.
Maybe a little bit lower, yeah. I mean, you could, yeah, it's definitely like back of lungs, liver.
Down here. What? 19. 12 and 7. That's 19 right there.
Yeah. Inside, I was good.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Wait till twin sees in.
I'm sure it was good. We could have seen it small.
It's a beautiful buck. I don't know how to measure.
He was 20. He was 20 wide.
You know how I measure
21.
bucks?
He was 20
I
wide.
go like this. It was this big buck. Big buck. That's what I say. Big buck.
Yeah, it had.
That'll be 165.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
You're gonna have to help me.
Around 160.
Yeah, I'm thinking it like
Look at that tip.
just 160, like a fair.
Yeah. Come on, boy. Hang on, Brad. You want me up there too?
Yeah.
You right, buddy?